Hey everyone, welcome to our new podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Mia. This is the podcast where we share the unforgettable memories of school and college life. The funny, the awkward, the emotional, and everything in between.
Today's episode is special because we're going to start from the very beginning, our school days. From morning assemblies to classroom chaos, we'll take you through it all.
So sit back, relax, and get ready to laugh, cringe, and maybe even feel a little nostalgic.
You know, Mia, the very first memory I have of school is that giant iron gate. It felt like entering another universe every morning. My mom would hold my hand and I'd pretend to be brave, but inside I was terrified.
Aye, same here. The smell of chalk dust, the sound of the school bell, it's all still so fresh in my mind. I remember clutching my tiny water bottle like it was a shield against the world.
Ha ha ha! And don't forget the oversized bags. I swear my bag in first grade weighed more than I did.
Oh my God, yes. And we still had to carry it ourselves. No wonder half of us have back pain now.
True, but the funniest part was morning assembly. Standing in those perfect lines, trying not to fidget, and whispering with your friends until the teacher gave you the look.
I was always in the front row because of my height. Imagine hundreds of eyes staring at you while you try not to mess up the anthem. Pure pressure.
Lucky you, I was in the middle. But the worst was when the principal decided to give a short speech. Short never meant short.
Exactly. 10 minutes in the sun, sweating, wishing the speech would end, but also praying the teacher doesn't spot you yawning.
Once assembly was over, it was straight into the battlefield, the classroom.
The classroom was everything: playground, gossip hub, exam hall, even a cafeteria sometimes when we secretly ate snacks.
I had a partner who always smuggled chips. We'd sit at the back, carefully tearing the packet during math class.
Oh, same. I remember unwrapping chocolates inside my desk so slowly that the wrapper sound wouldn't give me away. But somehow, the teacher's ears were superhuman.
Oh, same. I remember unwrapping chocolates inside my desk so slowly that the wrapper sound wouldn't give me away. But somehow, the teacher's ears were superhuman.
Or the chalk-throwing teachers. They had perfect aim. 1 second you're doodling in the notebook, next second a chalk hits your forehead.
Haha! I had one teacher who used duster throwing as a weapon. If you weren't paying attention, duck or you'd get dusted.
That's savage. But honestly, even with all that strictness, those teachers were legends. Some of them inspired us more than we realized at the time.
Okay, let's be real. Homework was the enemy.
Oh, 100%. And somehow there was always that one genius who did it neatly with color pens, underlines, and all.
And then the rest of us who copied it from them 5 minutes before class. I've written entire history chapters in the bus.
Same! I once tried to copy during the assembly itself. Imagine holding a notebook behind your back, scribbling away while everyone's singing.
That's next level multitasking. I wasn't that brave, but the worst feeling was when the teacher asked, "Show me your homework," and your notebook was suspiciously empty.
And then came the terror words, "I'll call your parents." That one sentence could ruin your entire day.
You know what made school bearable, though? Friends.
Absolutely. Without friends, school would have been a prison. With friends, it was a playground.
My group was notorious for pranks. We once put chalk powder in the ceiling fan before class. The whole room turned white when the teacher switched it on.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. We used to swap the chalk with crayons so the teacher couldn't write properly on the blackboard.
Ha ha ha, savage. And don't forget the good old eraser fights. One throw hits the wrong person, and suddenly it's World War III.
Totally. And then when someone brought a new fancy pencil box, it became the center of attention for a week.
Oh yes, those magnetic pencil boxes with hidden buttons. Pure luxury.
Okay, let's talk about the most stressful part of school. Exams.
Ugh, don't remind me. I still get nightmares about forgetting my roll number.
Ha ha ha. I used to memorize everything the night before, then forget half of it the moment I saw the question paper.
Same. And after the exam, there were always those students who discussed every single answer. I hated that.
Same here. I was like, please don't confirm how badly I did. Let me live in peace until results.
But admit it, the relief after exams was pure heaven. Running to the canteen, eating samosas, and feeling like you earned it.
Exactly. And then came results day, the real doomsday.
Oh man, standing in line, heart racing, waiting for the teacher to call your name.
And if your marks were good, you'd wave your paper proudly. If not, you'd fold it into origami before your parents saw it.
Guilty.
Okay, Alex, here's the fun part. First crushes. Come on, spill.
Haha, fine. Mine was in 6th grade. She was in the school choir, and suddenly I found myself volunteering for every music event.
That's adorable. Mine was this boy who played basketball. Suddenly, I was the biggest basketball fan in school history.
Classic. The best part was passing notes. That thrill of secretly sliding a folded chit across the desk. It was like being in a spy movie.
Oh, yes. And the panic when the teacher almost caught you. Heartbeat louder than the school bell.
Those innocent crushes made school so much more exciting, though.
Totally. They were harmless, but they felt like the center of our world.
Wow, just talking about this makes me feel like I'm back in that classroom again.
Same. The smell of chalk, the chaos, the laughter, it's all still alive in our memories.
And that's why we're doing this series. School life is the foundation, the roots. College may be the wings, but school is where it all began.
Absolutely. So, guys, that was part 1 of our Campus Chronicles, a journey back to our school beginnings.
In the next part, we'll dive deeper into the teenage years, bigger challenges, crazier pranks, and of course, the transition to college.
Stay tuned and don't forget, you're never too old to relive your campus days.
So Mia, last time we talked about the early school days, assemblies, homework, first crushes, but honestly, the real drama began in the teenage years.
Oh, yes! The senior years were a whole new world. Suddenly, we thought we were adults, but still had to ask permission to go to the washroom.
Exactly. The teenage era was basically freedom within limits. You felt grown up, but the teachers never let you forget you were still a kid.
And don't forget the teenage rebellions. Rolling up sleeves, writing quotes at the back of notebooks, pretending to hate rules but secretly panicking about breaking them.
I remember when it suddenly became cool to sit at the last bench. The last benchers had their own kingdom.
True! And the first benchers were the teachers' favorites. Middle benchers like me were the unnoticed survivors.
I floated between them. Some days I wanted to be studious, some days I wanted to be the rebel. Depends on the subject.
Speaking of subjects, nothing shook us like board exams. The word boards was enough to send shivers down the spine.
Oh man, the hype around boards. Relatives calling, neighbors asking, everyone suddenly interested in your marks.
Exactly. And the pressure, extra tuition classes, marathon revision sessions, sleepless nights.
I remember making timetables with colorful pens, promising myself I'd stick to them. Guess what? By day 2, the schedule was history.
Yeah, same. My table was full of sticky notes, charts, and highlighters, but actual studying? That was another story.
The funniest part was how even parents became super students during board season. My dad would quiz me like it was a game show.
Yes! My mom used to stand outside my room with a glass of milk and say, "Please revise every chapter one time."
And then the exam day itself, arriving with transparent pouches, extra pens, water bottles labeled with roll numbers.
The roll numbers. They became our new identity. I wasn't Mia anymore. I was roll number 26.
Ha ha ha, yes. And don't forget the moment you flipped the paper and found a question you didn't expect. Instant brain freeze.
I'd stare at it like maybe the answer would magically appear if I blinked enough.
But the joy of knowing the first few answers, it was like oxygen in an exam hall.
And the last 5 minutes, the mad rush to fill the answer sheet, underline everything, and pray the examiner's mood is good.
But honestly, the best part of boards was the freedom after each exam.
Oh, yes! Running out of the hall, discussing with friends, and then straight to the canteen for samosas.
And those little celebrations after every subject, like treating yourself.
Exactly, and the biggest celebration when the last exam ended. It felt like escaping prison.
That last exam day is unforgettable. Throwing notes in the air, signing shirts, clicking endless photos.
Yay! I still have my school shirt with signatures and doodles. Every name has a memory attached.
Speaking of memories, the farewell party was one of the most emotional days.
Absolutely. Dressing up in saris and suits, feeling like we suddenly grew 10 years older overnight.
And the awards! Mr. Charming, Miss Punctual, Class Clown. I was secretly hoping to win something, even if it was most likely to sleep in class.
Ha! I got Drama Queen, which I proudly accepted.
Perfect award for you. The farewell was bittersweet though. Fun, but with a constant reminder that an era was ending.
True. We laughed, we danced, we cried, and promised to stay in touch forever. Some promises lasted, some didn't, but the feeling was genuine in that moment.
And then the teachers' speeches, even the strictest ones, suddenly became emotional.
I remember one teacher saying, "You may forget formulas, but don't forget the lessons of life." That line stuck with me.
Same here. It was like they were passing the torch to us, telling us we were ready for the world.
And then came the big moment, results day.
Ah yes, the day of truth. I still remember refreshing the website 100 times.
Or going to school, where they'd post results on the notice board and everyone would crowd around like it was a blockbuster release.
The joy of seeing your marks was unmatched. The disappointment too, if they weren't great.
And the relatives, oh God, Beta, how much did you get? Became the national question.
Exactly. If you scored well, you were a hero. If not, suddenly everyone had advice for you.
But honestly, those marks didn't define us. It felt huge then, but looking back, they were just a stepping stone.
True, life goes far beyond numbers on a paper.
After results came the next big leap, college admissions.
Yes. Filling forms, waiting for cutoffs, running from one campus to another, it was exhausting.
And nerve-wracking. The fear of not getting into your dream college, the excitement when you finally did.
I still remember the day I got my admission letter. It felt like stepping into a new chapter.
For me, it was a mix of joy and fear. Joy of freedom, fear of the unknown.
College promised independence, but also demanded responsibility. It was thrilling and scary at the same time.
Exactly. Leaving behind the comfort of school and stepping into a world where no one knew you, it was like hitting reset on life.
So yeah, teenage years were a roller coaster. Exams, farewells, results, and finally the big leap into college.
Those were years of growth, confusion, laughter, and tears all rolled into one.
And now that we've covered school life, in the next part we'll dive into the madness of college. Hostel nights, fests, friendships, and the lessons we learned beyond classrooms.
Can't wait for that. So stay tuned.
So Mia, we've walked through childhood memories, teenage struggles, exams, and farewells. Now comes the chapter that changed everything. College life.
Ah, yes, college. The word itself feels like freedom. No uniforms, no morning assemblies, no signatures on homework diaries. Suddenly, it was just you and your choices.
True, the first day of college is still etched in my mind. Walking into that massive campus, not knowing a single soul and pretending to be confident while dying inside.
Same here. I remember carefully planning my outfit, overthinking whether I'd make friends, and worrying if I'd get ragged.
Oh, ragging! Thankfully, ours was mild. Just some seniors asking us to sing songs or introduce ourselves in funny ways.
Yeah, my seniors were actually sweet. They scared us at first, but eventually they became our guides. Some even turned into lifelong friends.
That's true. College was a fresh start. You could reinvent yourself. If you were shy in school, you could become outgoing here. If you were a nerd, you could suddenly join a dance club.
Exactly. It was like pressing reset on your identity.
Let's talk about hostels. Living in a hostel was a whole new adventure.
Oh my God, hostel life was pure chaos and pure joy rolled together. Midnight Maggie parties, borrowing each other's clothes, staying up till 3 a.m. just talking.
And the unofficial rule, your room was never just your room. At least 5 friends would crash there every night.
True! Privacy was a myth, but honestly, those sleepless nights talking about dreams, crushes, and fears, that's where real bonds were formed.
Also, hostel food deserves a special mention. The mess food was, let's just say, character building.
Yes. I survived on Maggie, bread omelet, and the occasional packet of chips. But running to the nearest dhaba after classes was a tradition.
And remember hostel pranks? We once filled someone's bucket with colored water. Another time we switched all the fans off at midnight and screamed like ghosts.
Ha, I can imagine the chaos. In our hostel, we used to sneak onto the terrace to stargaze. Sometimes those moments were more peaceful than any lecture.
The best thing about college, though, friendships.
Absolutely. School friends were about growing up together, but college friends were about finding yourself together.
Right. These were the people who saw us at our worst. Messy rooms, exam stress, heartbreaks, and still stuck around.
Exactly. And the groups were so diverse: engineers, artists, debaters, musicians. Everyone brought something new to the table.
And somehow, every group had roles. The responsible one, the latecomer, the foodie, the drama queen.
And let me guess, you were the foodie.
Guilty as charged. And you were obviously the drama queen, right?
Yeah, yes, proudly. But that balance made friendships magical.
Now fests, oh boy, those were unforgettable.
Totally. The energy of a college fest is unmatched. From dance competitions to DJ nights, the campus turned into a carnival.
I remember staying up all night helping with decorations, rehearsing for plays, and managing stalls. It felt like the entire college was one big family.
And then there were the concerts. Screaming lyrics with your friends, dancing till your feet hurt, pure bliss.
Don't forget food stalls. Half the reason people came was for chaat, momos, and ice cream.
True. And the cultural competitions, the pressure of representing your college, the pride when you won.
I once participated in a debate competition at another college. The adrenaline of being on stage, the nervousness. It was crazy but rewarding.
For me, it was fashion shows. Walking the ramp with friends dressed in ridiculous costumes we made ourselves. Those memories are priceless.
Okay, confession time. College crushes were on another level.
Yo, yes. In school, crushes were innocent. In college, they felt serious.
I had a crush on someone from the literature department. Suddenly, I became interested in poetry readings.
Ha ha! I had a crush on a guitarist from a college band. Every fest performance was basically my personal concert.
The excitement of first dates, the awkwardness, the endless overthinking. College was where we first learned about relationships.
And also about heartbreaks. Crying in the hostel room, friends bringing chocolate and advice, it was a ritual.
True, but heartbreaks also taught resilience. And sometimes friendships that grew from those heartbreaks lasted longer than the relationships themselves.
Of course, amidst all this fun, there were exams.
Ah, yes, the cycle of procrastination was real.
First week of semester. This time I'll be regular. Mid-semester, I'll start next week. Pre-finals. Okay. Time to study everything in one night.
That's so accurate. Group studies were basically group panic sessions.
And don't forget photocopy shops. Seniors' notes were like holy scriptures.
True. And even after all the stress, somehow we managed to pass and celebrate like we won a war.
Looking back, college wasn't just about academics, it was about life lessons.
Totally. I learned independence, handling my own laundry, cooking sometimes, managing money.
For me, it was confidence. Standing on stage, leading projects, even surviving failures, it all shaped me.
And also people skills, dealing with friends, teachers, seniors, even hostel wardens.
Yes! College basically prepared us for the real world without us realizing it.
And then, just like school, came graduation. the final goodbye.
That day was so emotional. Caps flying in the air, tears in our eyes, hugs all around.
It felt like the end of an era. We weren't just leaving college. We were leaving behind a family.
Exactly. Promises to stay in touch, exchanging numbers, taking group photos. It felt like deja vu of school farewells, but deeper.
Because this time, we knew life was really going to change. Jobs, careers, responsibilities. It was the real deal.
But those memories, those friendships, those lessons, they'll always stay.
And that, folks, wraps up part 3 of Campus Chronicles.
We've journeyed from the innocence of school to the chaos of college. And hopefully you found pieces of your own story in ours.
These chapters may end, but the stories stay alive forever.
Absolutely. So whether you're still in school, in the middle of college, or years past it, cherish those days. They shape who you are.
Thank you for joining us through this nostalgic ride.
We'll be back with more conversations, but until then,
This is Alex and Mia signing off from Campus Chronicles.